Hello, welcome back to another video. Today it's just going to be me potting around in my garage and my shed, try and tidy up and make some plans for the future. Right, so this is one of the areas I actually want to sort out in here. I like using this workbench basically for when I'm building guitars and doing the wiring, etc. Because I've got a nice light above it, but there's not a massive amount of workspace. So I think I'm going to move my storage cabinet with all my nuts and bolts and things over there to this side. I'll show you over here. Over here, I think I'm going to put the storage unit on top of this unit here. This is a vintage unit I got from I think it was from a Steam fair years ago. So I think I put it on there, and this toolbox I think I'm going to move over there because that has all my wiring and bits and pieces in there and all my things. It's a pain in the bum to open it as well because it always hits on the guitars. So I think I'm going to move that over there, and I want to try and put some shelving up here once I've tidied up the wiring. This is the main wiring for the actual, just the sockets. This is all going to have to be redone at some point. Stan's going to come and help me do that. It's probably going to be after Christmas now, when it's a little bit warmer and it's a bit nice to mess about in a shed. I think I'm going to build some sort of shelf here so I can put some more petroleum or old oil cans and things like that, make it more of a display sort of cabinet here. I'm also going to try and get rid of the cobwebs. Lots of cobwebs growing in that corner there, so get rid of those. The LED lights, I think I'm going to upgrade because I've seen some new ones on a certain Chinese website which are more of a band, so you don't get the dots, you get more of a fluid sort of line, and I think they'd look a lot nicer, and they're only cheap, so I might just invest in those, I think, or get them for Christmas present if Julie's watching. Hint hint. Yes, I think my first thing I'm going to do then is move all these bits about, try and clear as much of this bench as I can. I know that toolbox will probably come out to about here and take up a little bit more room, but I can move my Nissan manuals and things like that, my old catalogues and stuff like this, and really old packet of Rice Krispies. Why have I got that in here? Want a vintage packet of Rice Krispies? You wouldn't want to eat those now, would you? Stick them out of the way for now. Just to give me a little bit more room here. The monitor here, when Stan came last, we tried to hook up the CCTV to this monitor, but the monitor is just too old. It can't cope with the DPI, so that may go to recycling, and I might get something a little bit different. I may even just put the iPad, hook the iPad up on the wall, because the CCTV is hooked through that as well, so I can just keep an eye on people when they're moving about outside. I'm going to keep the Nissan poster there as well, just for a general tidy, and have a move around in here. The guitars are all looking pretty. This one's nearly finished now. If you haven't seen the Ernie Ball build, that's on my other YouTube channel. That's Matt's Guitar Paint Shop. Go and have a look at that. Oh, needs a tune. The brand new strings on this as well. Brand new strings, brand new pickups, complete new paint job as well. Stripped right back to the bare wood and repainted in a candy blue with a sunburst fade. Yeah. I'm really happy. That's come out really nice. I've finished the Talman bass. That's come out really, really nice. That's another sunburst, all hand painted. It's got the metal flake in there as well. Don't know if you can see the metal flake. Oh, you can just on camera. That looks really nice, more in person than it does on camera. The camera doesn't do it justice really. So yeah, if you want to go and have a look at Matt's Guitar Paint Shop, I'll pop a link below. You can have a look at those and see what I do on that channel. Yeah, so I'm going to set you up on time-lapse, I think. Have a move about, have a mooch around, see if I can sort some bits and pieces out and make it a little bit more fluid in here, something a bit more acceptable for working in rather than just being, crammed in this little area. But I have this area over here, another guitar here, is my vinyl graphics area. So I'm going to have to sort out some lighting over here as well, because it's all right in this sun when the sun's coming through, streaming through the window, got plenty of light, but when it starts getting dark at night, I haven't got enough light, so I might have to do something above there. I may even try and get another bulb for this angle poise, I think, so I don't want to put a bulb up there, because I think that would spoil it, and spoil the look of it, and I quite like it being all open there with a nice beams, etc. I don't want to put a big old strip light there to spoil it. Yeah. Oh yeah, the old lights are all looking good. Right, okay, I'll stick you on time lapse and I'll crack on. So you're now recording. Can I finish my tea? That's a lot of weight in there. Right, okay, so I think I'm a little bit happy with that. I think I'm going to have enough room here still to lay a guitar out and set them up, actually. If not, I have got this space now, so open this space up a little bit more. Still got a little bit of tidying to do, a few bits and pieces to put away. This is parts for the current guitar I'm working on, so when that's all finished, all the bits can go into little cubby holes. I keep all my paints and stuff in here, all my acrylic paints in there, so that's not something I have to access all the time. So that can be like that. It's a battery clamp from the Nissan. I've got to clean that and paint it all up. Yeah, so getting there. A little bit happy with this corner. It's not so crammed now. I think what I might do is, like I said before, is put a couple of shelves up here, get a couple of shelves. It's cheap off Amazon or something like that. I could put the speaker up there then. It's not actually wired in yet, but I'd like to have it wired in. Same as the one up there. Give me more of a surround sound in the actual workshop when I'm working on my music and guitars, etc. And then I can put some nice oil cans and things on that corner there. I am still in two minds what to do with this wall, whether to paint it. Julie came up with a suggestion of making it like, you can get like a brick paper to make it look like, you know, like a really old brick. So I think that might be an option, might look quite nice. Just to tidy it up a little bit, I quite like the MW up there, the Uzi, which is not real. Yeah, I'll put the wires in a trunk, I think, of some sort, some description. When it all comes to it, when we've rewired all that in, they'll probably be in trunking. I may even move that socket round the corner. Might be easier. Yeah, it might be better just round the corner there, then it's out of the way. Then I can make more of a display on this, put another guitar there as well. And the floor's not level, that's why the toolbox looks like it's leaning. I could chalk that up as well, I suppose. But that's just finishing touches. But yeah, let me know in the comments below what sort of finish you put on this wall. Would you just paint it to match the ceiling? Paint it a different colour? Or would you go for like a brick sort of effect on there to make it look a bit more rustic? I think that might be quite cool. The Man of Steel poster, I'm probably going to move somewhere when I put the shelves there. Yeah, I think that looked quite good. Yeah, so I'm a little bit happy with the flow of it. Works a little bit better. So just a little bit more tidying up. It's amazing how much dust gets in here as well. And you sand a guitar just for like an hour or so, the amount of dust that gets in here. So I am going to have to sort some extraction. Or the metal shed next door, the storage shed, I may renovate that, which I want to do anyway next year. So I may renovate the metal shed next year and turn it into something a little bit more watertight and substantial. And I can actually do painting and sanding and stuff in there, because it's not quite easy to actually run an extension lead or whatever in there, so I've got a bit of light. It won't be a permanent fixture of lighting. I could even just do an exterior light. I think Stan came up with that idea. I could have like an exterior spotlight inside the actual workshop pointing downwards, you know, so it'd give me some light and it would be pretty much waterproof because it's an exterior light. So that is an option. So I could use that as a makeshift spray booth rather than me actually having to get the car out, the Nissan next door, and cover it up with plastic, cover everything up with plastic. I can keep that as a clean area because I want that to be more of a display area now as well. I want it to be look similar to this, similar to how the workshop looks now, with more of a pleasing aesthetic rather than just a messy old garage covered in plastic and paint. So that's going to be more of that sort of feel I want to do for it. But that's going to be next year in another video or another video series. So I'm a little bit happy with the way this looks. So what I'm going to do now, I think I'm going to make myself another cup of tea. I'm going to go around and check on Woody actually, because he's got a poorly paw at the moment. I'm going to see how he is. I'm going to see if he's feeling any better. And then I'll come back and I think I'm going to tidy up this area a little bit more. Have a bit of a dust and a clean all the lights. And then I'm going to have a look in the garage and see what sort of plans I can make in there. Right, so in here, it needs quite a bit of work actually. From when I moved in here and actually rebuilt the actual car in here, the garage has actually come on massively, but the only thing I do suffer from is condensation. The garage, I should say, not me. So before winter gets into full swing, I do want to insulate the roof, same as I did with the workshop. With the foam there, I've just used those little bits, the scrap bits there, but I'm going to get some more foam. I'm just going to foam it for now, and then in spring I'm going to board it all out the roof, make it a little bit more warmer in here and insulate it. Plus it keeps the heat down as well in summer. But generally it's okay. I'd like to board all this wall as well, make that more of a feature wall, put all the banners up on the roof, on the ceiling, get some more lighting in here, which Stan has started to do for me. He's been a bit of a godsend, helping me do all the wiring, because I'm a complete and utter idiot where wiring is concerned. But I'm thinking with the mural here, I want to continue the lights up like that, basically. So there's two more lights there, two more lights here, so it gives you that impression of continuing into that actual poster. Then I'll paint up here. I'll continue this design onto the actual wall, make it more an entire wall to make it look more of a full piece, and the actual garage is actually going further around the corner. It should be pretty straightforward to actually try and match it as best I can. A little bit of graffiti here and there, some black aerosol, etc. Again, that'll be coming up in spring, I think, once the actual roof's done. This unit in the corner here, that's going to go in the metal shed. Give me a bit more room in this corner. The toolbox is going to stay where it is. Got the compressor under there at the moment. My box of dirty rags. My new rags just come out the tumble dryer, so they've got to be put away in a minute. Poor old Nissan's getting covered in dust again, so that needs another wash, but we've got a hose pipe ban, some waterless wash or something like that on it, just to give the dust off. This shelf here is probably going to stay the same as well. Just tidied up, sorted all the crap out, moved some bits and pieces around. I'd like to get my parts washer working. Needs a new switch. So I think that is something that Stan might be able to help me with. Again, at some point, rewire a new switch into it. I might do more sockets in here, but mostly it's just going to be lights and cosmetic stuff in here. I'd like to get some nice floor tiles in here. It'd be lovely to be sponsored by a floor tile company. But that's not going to happen, I don't think. Not with the amount of subscribers I've got. Mountain bikes as well to finish as well. That's going to have to be done at some point. Yeah, so it's not too bad. Getting a little bit of damp through here on this wall. So that's all got to be sorted as well. It's all just general maintenance really, just to make it a little bit neat and tidy in here. I'd like to get this banner off this wall here, because it says that, it just falls off. It's taking up a little bit of room, and it should be on a roof really. It's a roof banner. Remember the old import nights? Anybody remembers that? It's a few years ago now, probably 23 years ago. Yeah, quite a bit of work to do, but it's not too bad. On Nissan's got a bit of work to be done on it. I was going to start some work underneath it, start redoing the underseal, but I hurt my back about 3 weeks ago, so I've been out of action. That's why the videos have been a bit lax. There's not much you can do when you've got a bad back. You can't really climb about underneath cars. Well, you can, but you can't get back up again. So that'll be coming up again, like I said, in future videos. I plan to get this out, really, and start driving it again next year. It's such a nice car. Still clean inside. You going to focus? Yeah, there you go. Focus. There we go. So nice inside, nice and clean still. Do try and keep it clean. But there's some little bits and pieces I want to do underneath. The rear brakes I want to have a look at as well, because the rear discs are a little bit rusty and need a little bit of attention, so I'll have a look at those as well at some point when I get the car up in the air. So that's pretty much it in here, and for the Nissan, just a few odd bits and pieces. The only other bits I've got to do is on the Celica. Poor little thing out here in the cold. It's starting to get cold now. I am still getting water coming in the boot, so that's something that's got to be sorted. I think it's on the other side. The side I did. You may have seen in a previous video where I I'll just show you where I fixed this seam here, and there's one under the light here which lets all the water in. I think this side is doing the same now, so I think I'm going to take this light out and redo this side as well. Need to get some more of these stock rubbers as well, because that's what's making the boot creak. If you get your boot and it's creaking a lot, it's because of these need replacing. They're all worn. They don't actually, I think they're rock hard actually, supposed to be soft and a little bit crispy. So that's another thing that's got to be done on this. Lots of rust removal underneath, side skirts to be built, wheels to be refurbed again. I've actually got another set of these, so I might refurb those and then put them on, because I think the tyres are still good on those. But we shall see, unless I just swap those on and refurb these. I don't know. But still starts okay. Still good old little car, a bit dirty in here. Been out in it this week. Yeah, still runs nice. Not bad for a 20-year-old car. Doesn't use any oil either, or very little oil. Nice noise when it turns off. Alright, so what I'll do, I think, I'm not going to be going out in this for a week, so I shall lock it and isolate the battery. Yeah, so it's just basically a very slow rolling restoration on this. MOT said this brake caliper is sticking, hence the dust, I think. So that's got to be looked at. That's quite an easy job. I could do with restoring them, really, refurbing the entire brake calipers. Said the tyres were cracked as well. Did a video about that, whether it was the tyre shine that was causing that. That's basically it, really. Just general tidy up underneath. So the actual bodywork itself is okay. A little bit of wear here from when I had a quite dubious repair at some point. They didn't actually prep that properly. There's filler work coming through there, so filler's actually sinking through or seeping through the actual paint. So that needs attention at some point as well. Oh, and the rear bumper, I've got to paint that. Same as I did the front bumper, I'll just do that one summer. Again, it's all going to be things coming up in summer and spring. But yeah, I like this car, I like it a lot. It's definitely a keeper. I want to definitely do the side skirts as well. That's going to be another winter project. Make my own custom side skirts. I'd like to do rear pods as well, but I haven't really thought much about that as well. The engine bay needs a bit of a clean and tidy. A little bit of rust coming through here, so that can be sorted. So that's pretty much it. Oh, and get rid of the passenger. Okay, so I think I'm going to end the video here. I know it's been a bit of a mixed bag of me just pottering around in my shed trying to tidy things up, try and get sorted for start work on other projects and bits and pieces. So if you've liked this video, don't forget to like, comment and subscribe. Stay tuned for more content of me messing around in my shed, and I'll see you in the next video. If you haven't subscribed, make sure you subscribe. It does help massively. And if you haven't tried this, give it a whirl. Brilliant stuff. Did a review on it a couple of weeks ago. Another video, pop below, have a look at that. So, till next time, see ya.